What's up, party people from the fifth dimension? This is your homeboy Angelo out here in the cyberverse with the philosophical popsicle. What's up, Mallory Murray?
Hello, everybody out there in the digital universe. What is up?
What is up? What's up? So, quick little video today about censorship and about freedom and about what it means in today's day and age of this digital universe that we are speaking of. Right now, it seems like there's been more restraints on our First Amendment, our freedom of speech in America than we've seen before. A lot of it coming down from the technocracy. Dare I speak about this on such a platform? We still have some freedoms, obviously. We have a lot of freedoms. Grateful for those.
Yes, thank goodness.
But right now, people are being shut down. Their accounts are being removed. They're being censored. There's little badges or warning signs being placed over the accounts saying like, you need to go to this CDC website or some website to get the real truth, or some of this is not true. But there's lots of violence online that we're being advertised to with, like video games, gambling, drugs, some level of like nudity, sexualized violence. But when we speak up about health and health freedom in this day and age, you got to be kind of careful right now, it seems like, because you can lose your platform, you can be shadow banned, you can be censored. Now, I don't have a great following here on YouTube, but right now is a pivotal time for everybody. There's people that have million followers, count gone just like that, because they said something contrary to the mainstream media narrative. And the mainstream media essentially is being controlled in some way by the government, which is in some way being controlled by lobbyists, big pharma, big tech companies, all kinds of stuff. So it's difficult in this day and age to navigate what is okay. A friend of ours today posted a picture of herself, wasn't showing anything of her body. I mean, maybe it looked a little scantily clad at most, but yet they would take her picture down. And other people are out there showing decapitation and video game violence and all this other stuff. So today's thought is, what are you posting? Why is it necessary to speak your truth? And what can we do about the censorship going on in the world today, when our main means of expression and sharing in this social sharing economy, this social sharing world, is through these big tech companies like Google, which is YouTube. We've got Microsoft, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All these big companies have so much control over us and what we can say, and it seems like our First Amendment is not really applicable when it comes to these technocracies. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that we've seen a lot of shifts recently. We've become even more monitored the more that we have been, let's say, pushed into the way of life online, right? It was like, oh, we can't be around each other, but we can connect online. So then they got you. Now all your information and all your belief systems are, there's data that's being harvested from all of us. So it's interesting to see the progression. I've been very careful with the verbiage that I utilize when I do speak about health, because I do see my friends getting shadow banned, and I've had friends even tell me I'm shadow banned, and I'm very minor compared to some of these things. And the thing that you just shared recently about the sexualized photography and things of that nature, I get people following me that are very suggestive. I don't know who they are. Even the language they're using in their profile is profane. Like, it's disturbing, but they're not getting shut down. So it feels to me as though there is some type of agenda to shut down the liberated and to amplify a way of keeping us in a certain frequency. That's how I'm feeling about it.
Yeah, because let's be real. If this was about safety, they would be teaching us about how to eat organic, non-GMO foods, how to exercise, get yourself outside, breathe some fresh air. Instead, it's about pharmaceuticals, it's about covering your face, it's about doing all these things, which in time the truth was revealed, and yet still people who are citing mainstream media sources are getting banned for disseminating the truth about, or the perceived truth, back to these outposts. So right now, believe this has nothing to do with your safety and well-being. This is everything about control, how you can be harvested, manipulated, and enslaved, but you still have the power, because no one can steal your sovereignty of mind, your freedom of heart. No one can take that away from you. The only person that can take that away from us is ourselves. So remember this, we don't need them, they need us. If everybody was to get off of line today, get off of these platforms would crumble. And yet it's just like the idea of the workers versus the employers. Right? Mm-hmm. They act like we need them. Workers need their employer. And in reality, it's the other way around. Mm-hmm. They need us. We are the cogs in the wheel. We are the gears. We are the ones making the machine run. Without us, they're nothing. And people, through unity, could say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm out. I'm stepping out of this matrix and I'm free. But instead, we are trying to solve some sort of problem from the same level of mind that created it, which is the definition of insanity. So step away. You are the only creator in your reality. So who knows, if we just threw this phone away today, or we got off of social media today, or we walked away from all this today, who knows how the world would change.
Yeah, I think that we've been conditioned to believe that we have to rely on all these systems that really have failed us when you look right into it. And I think it's super important for us, even though it's great that we can connect far and wide through social media, to find other means of communication with our fellow humans and be able to connect that way, because we've been slowly disconnected from ways of communicating that actually enrich the communication level. If you've noticed, when you're communicating on social media, you can't fully get in there with people. Everything's very surface, everything's very superficial, and it's just the Cliff's Notes version of life. But when you can really connect, like here in person, or write letters, I encourage you to keep writing letters, call someone up on the phone, do whatever you can to keep those ways of communicating alive, because that, in my opinion, is what they want to stop. This has been about disconnection under the guise of connectedness through the internet, and that was just a way to control us and keep our data in a database. And I don't know, like,
we do know. We do know. We just can feel a little stifled at times. But right now, we're in the greatest age ever. And so with the light comes the darkness. And right now, what side are you on? How conscious are you? Most people are operating 95% from an unconscious mind. We all are, for the most part. So let's get into nature. Let's connect with nature. Let's connect with other people. Let's have a beautiful day, y'all. We love you. Have an awesome day. And
connect,
peace.
gather, rejoice.